All right, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining. We are hosting today's membership live for Island Space Museum. My name is Christina Brown. I am a board member of Island Space, and alongside me is Ginga.
Hi, I'm Ginger Spice, and I am a proud member of Island Space Museum.
Okay. And we are excited to talk about Island Space Museum, all that we're doing in the community, and the importance of this space, and also to encourage everyone to be a member, to play a role in the history that we're establishing through this museum. We're just so excited to get into it. The first thing I'd like to do is start off by explaining what is Island Space for those who are new. So Island Space is the only Caribbean museum in the world that represents the entire Caribbean diaspora. And we do that through several things. So through the artwork, as you can see behind me, through artifacts displayed in the museum, through our educational programs, such as the field trips that we have, and then also not just what we're doing internally, but community-wide, we have a lot of events such as Reggae Genealogy and Mango Festival, which we'll be getting into later. But what we do is we not only celebrate, but we preserve the Caribbean culture and what we're doing, right? So let's get into it.
Why are we here today, Christine?
So we are here today because we host these membership drives every month. And we do this for the purpose of continuing to educate people about Island Space Museum, but also to gain more supporters, right? Because even though the Caribbean's made up of islands, we are not an island. We are not alone. We are a family and we're looking to expand. So we want to get into more of the background of Island Space and why we support Island Space. And then also ways you can come and join the family and support.
As I expand on what Christina just mentioned, as you listen to us through this family link up, right, as we join here as Island Space family, we want you to think about getting involved as a volunteer, a committee member, part of an initiative that we have. Apply for the board, visit islandspacefl.org. Or email us at museum@islandspacefl.org as you listen. Definitely today, one of our mission is, and it's going to be our mission, ongoing mission for myself and Christina and other members, to, as you think of ways you want to invest in the museum, think of becoming a member. Right now, you can log on to islandspacefl.org forward slash membership. Right? And so take a look, and as we go through today, see what speaks to you, speaks to your heart, speaks to your, how do you want to continue with Island Space and be a member, and your investment at Island Space. So we'll get into that. But again, islandspacefl.org /membership is your link that we want you to focus on today as we go through today's family link up.
All right. So before we get into a very amazing story about one of our biggest advocates, museum, I will tell my story of how I came to learn about Island Space. So for me, I've been hearing about Island Space for a while now, but I wasn't really sure what it was about. And my brother actually had an event here and he was a guest speaker. And so he came home with a flyer, and that's when I learned that, okay, it's a museum, they have different events and stuff going on. And then on the back of the flyer it said, how can we get involved? So I said, okay, it's the Caribbean. I am a Caribbean woman, right? I'm from Jamaica. So of course I like to support my community. And that's how I said, you know what, let me support as a board member. I have a history in events and event production. So I was like, all right, let me support on the events and programming side of things. And honestly, when I joined Island Space, it was like returning home. And I say that because I came to this country like 20 odd years ago. I'm not going to give my age away. But and when I came to the United States, honestly, it was very hard for me to adapt. I wasn't able to adapt to the culture here, and I started to miss Jamaica a lot. My community, my people, the humility of our people, the vibrant energy of our people. I missed it greatly. And I had a longing for that in high school, in college, and beyond that. When I joined the Island Space community, it was like a homecoming for me. It was like returning home. I gained 20 aunties and 10 uncles. It was truly the people of Island Space represent what the Caribbean is all about, right? And that's my story. And I've been welcomed. I've been able to support in whatever capacity I can. And I believe in the vision and I see the vision. And I want to wrap up my story by saying the primary reason why I am a supporter of the museum is because this is a place my children will someday come to learn about their history. My grandchildren, my great grands, and beyond. This did not exist prior to that. And we need that as a Caribbean. We need our stories to be preserved, and we need our stories to be represented well and told right. And this is what Island Space is doing. So I'm so happy to be a part of this family, to gain all the aunties, uncles, and everybody that's here supporting the organization. And yeah, that's my story. But I really want to highlight Ginga's story because, like I said in the beginning, we're trying to expand our family, right? We want you to come into the space. We want you to see the space and we want you to understand the mission. And that is something that Ginga did. And ever since then, Ginga has been a true advocate, a super volunteer, a supporter, all of that for the museum. Everybody knows her. She's a celebrity around here. So I'm going to have Ginga get into her story, and then we're just going to unpack and follow up with some questions, okay?
All right, thanks. All right, my story with Island Space. The first time I walked into Island Space, they weren't at this location. They were at the original location, which is still in Broward Mall, but more to where you have the waterfall. So this is our second. This is our second location. My first time walking into the museum, I was in awe because the only place I've seen anything is back in Jamaica like this. I am a Jamaican at heart, and moving here to South Florida many years ago, I've always carried my Jamaican nest with me. Yes. Right. So I lead with my culture. Island Space has introduced me to more of, okay, the Caribbean. And, in Jamaica, you're Jamaican. Right. You hear about the other Caribbean countries, but they're not very close to you. Here is South Florida is a hub of the Caribbean. So Island Space for me is a piece of home. So I call it Island Space, my space, your space, it's our space. I started out volunteering. Like you, I used my skill set. So I work in corporate America, and that's just my day-to-day job. Island Space is where I excel. So between work, it's demanding. I get a chance to relax, to breathe, to inhale when I come to Island Space. So I've been volunteering at the events, the gala, reggae genealogy. And as these events happen, one thing I take away is how can we grow? How can we get more of the Caribbean, my Caribbean friends, into Island Space? And I said, okay, membership, becoming a member, right? Becoming a member of Island Space is very important. My membership is a cultural guardian, right? So culture, that's me. guardian. So I feel like I own a piece of Island Space.
Yes.
I consider myself one of the founding members. We're pretty young,
Exactly.
and so we're still finding ourselves. And so I cannot explore enough what it feels like to become a member.
Yeah.
Recently, being a volunteer lead, I get to meet tons of people at our events. I'm now a household name in Island Space. So my cultural guardian membership, I feel a little bit of ownership. Not only is my name on the wall, it's just missing the ginger, but we'll speak about that, right? So you get your name on the wall, you get some benefits, but the most important thing of becoming a member is I'm investing. I'm investing in a place, a space where we can own our culture, secure our culture, display our culture to the other cultures, right? And so I encourage everyone to visit the link, right? islandspacefl.org/membership. Whichever the membership tier that speaks to you, go ahead. We like donations, but we like membership. We like recurring payments because that is what keeps the lights on. And I would not like to ever hear that the museum is not going to be here.
Right.
So part of my drive today and part of my personal drive is to keep the museum open, secure our culture. And recently, my new lead role. We're still getting it right. So the board approached me, our executive director Khalib, and we talk about what do I do for Island Space. I am a rebel. I'm an advocate. I'm an activist. So I am an activist of Island Space Museum. I protect it with everything, right? And so I am the new the diaspora community engagement lead. I think I got that right. And so I'm looking to build my team and just build this leadership so we truly represent the Caribbean. So you'll see me more out in the community, more at so much of not the Jamaican, but the mixed Caribbean events that are going on, and build it. So we come in here and we have Mandy, who is Haitian. Who is the manager of the museum. We have Stephanie, Haitian, and so we have volunteers who are from the Caribbean. So we're gonna grow on that. So that's a piece of my story. And any questions on that? Do you have any questions?
Yes,
Christina?
I really want to unpack that. But thank you so much, Ginger, for always being a diehard advocate of the museum from day one, from your step in the museum, which I want to get into. So when was like the first time you interacted with the museum, and what was that impact like for you?
I think it was an opening with the Council General. So we visited, and I was just in awe.
Yeah.
And I walked around and I looked at some things that I saw with my grandmother.
Okay.
So I used to spend my holidays in the country. And some of the artifacts here, it's going to jog your memory.
Yes.
And so you want your kids' Caribbean culture. So you may never get to see those items again. Right? But you want to share them with the generations and the generations. Life is a cycle. We may have to go back to the coal iron. Who knows, right? Right. So, right. And so with those artifacts, we see a lot here, from Jamaicans, and we see a lot here from other Caribbean. So we just want to grow it as a museum, and it's just a piece of home. I know someone said they don't get to visit their country. And I said, okay, whenever you miss your country, just take a visit to the museum, right? And you just feel at home here.
Yes.
The museum.
That's exactly what it is. Are you guys hearing the consistent, message of family and home? Because that's exactly what the space, does for us. So why do you stay connected?
I stay connected, and I share this with with Khalib jokingly. I see the museum in our space, right? So as we grow, getting our own building.
Yeah,
right?
That's the goal.
And so now when you say, you won't have to say, we're in Broward Mall, we're in the East Corner.
Yeah.
People say, oh, I didn't know there was an Island Space Caribbean Museum there. That will soon be a thing of the past.
Yes.
People are going to know where we are.
Right.
And my vision is, I'm in education, training, sustaining our volunteers. So I really want to look at volunteer retention.
Yes.
How do we get our volunteers to volunteer and to stay volunteering? Because they believe it, become members, become board members. I will say that, Christina, I see the building and I see a room that says Ginger. What we're going to do in that room now, I don't know. But that's my vision for Island. So I stay connected because I really want to see that come to fruition.
Yes.
Our
you see
building.
the bigger picture.
Yes, I see our building. Yes. So I stay connected. I don't want to miss it.
Right.
Yeah. So I do stay connected.
Okay. And if you had to give, and you provided plenty of reasons already, you really did. But if you had to sum it up in one sentence, what is one primary reason why someone should become a member today and support the museum?
I will say and I'm going to advocate for my level of membership.
Okay.
Because it speaks to you. Start with a cultural guardian membership. And so you feel proud to be a member, a cultural guardian member of Island Space. When you say that, it opens the conversation. And when you mention this is the only Caribbean museum in the world, you have American Museum, Black, all different, but this is the only Caribbean museum in the world.
Yes.
And so we could have another location in another Caribbean island. So become a member again today. Log in to islandsspacefl.org/membership.
Yes.
And I'm gonna throw it out there. Anyone that's watching, sign up today, and we'll give you a shout out.
Yes.
As a lead, I could probably speak with the board and say, how can we recognize members, someone that became a member today, watching Christina and Ginga Family LinkUp Live? Yeah. Yes. So I would love to see more of my friends' name on the wall. I may get my own row.
Yes.
Of memberships.
She really knows. Ginga's a very determined person.
Yes. So I look forward to getting some memberships today. All right.
And that's the purpose of this, is support. So looking forward to shouting out some names. So thank you so much, Ginga, for diving into your story. Before we move on, do you have any questions for me?
Yes. So sometimes, I am someone that works behind the scenes. So membership is there, and I said before Khalib and I spoke about this leadership position. I was looking into becoming a board member, and I'm like, I don't know. A lead means I get to train. I get to bring people on. And so what is it that really inspired you to, become a board member?
Okay, I love that. Thank you for that question. So for me, I wanted to become a board member because, first of all, I wanted to bring in my expertise and my professional background to support the museums. I'm supporting everyone else through the work I do in the community, but I was like, let me be more intentional and support my people, right? So that's the primary reason. And then also I wanted to be able to have some impact on a strategic level for the organization, right? And bring in the network that I have to help support as well. Through the work I do, so I worked with several nonprofits, so I understand the growing pains of being a new nonprofit. And it can be very challenging when you're not sure what direction to go in because of just, lack of exposure or like not being in the right rooms, right?
Mhm.
So, and anyone listening on the call, if you are coming from, if you're on a VP level, a manager, anything like that, where you're sitting at those tables, where you see how things function, you see how companies develop, grow, and flourish. Bring that to your community, and that's what I, wanted to do for the museum, is to take that, all those things I learned by sitting around those important tables, and share that knowledge with Island Space. Yeah.
Thanks,
Mhm.
Christina. And I've worked with you, our
Oh,
biggest
Lord.
our biggest event, our gala
Yes,
last year.
that was
And that's
fun.
yes, and that's when I
Mhm.
met you. And I see you say aunties, we're cousins, right? Because
Mhm.
cousins make the best
True.
friends,
Yes,
right? So
yes,
your
yes,
cousin
yes.
Christina.
Mhm.
And I saw your talent, and I can see we lead, we as Jamaica would say, we spirit
Take
take
each other. Yes,
yes, right
yes,
the first
yes,
time I met you.
yes.
And I see where when you brought in just what there is, the museum have a cake, but there was sort of an ingredient that was missing. And when you stepped in, I saw that. So just a little history. We had the gala. Everybody had their nice outfit. Christina wore the entire gala in the clothes she wore to the gala to set up the entire gala. She worked. And so I said, wow. And so again, becoming a leader, right? The leadership role. I said, Christina, how can I support Christina? And so I decided, you know what, let me support Christina. Christina is on the board, and I'm the community diaspora leadership. And I think together, the partnership,
Yes.
we are going to take the museum to places, take some of the burden off our executive director, Khalib. She works
Oh.
tirelessly.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. She makes 48 hours out of 24 hours. I don't know how she does it, but yes.
Yes. So join us again.
Yes.
Join us. I think we have a question here. Okay, the question popped away. So if you have your question, drop it. Once we see it, we'll answer it. I think someone had asked, why did we become a member? And I think hopefully we answered those questions,
Yes.
that question from that
Yes.
person.
Right. You did.
Yes. So
And if you want to, us to dive into even more details, like what does our day-to-day look like when it comes to support, please ask us. We can go
Yeah.
into that. That's totally fine. Before we move on, I want to stop here again and please ask you, if you haven't already, please check out our membership page. Please see at what level you would like to support the museum. Remember, it's beyond support. At this point, you're helping us make history, right? And you're investing in the future of the entire Caribbean, not just Jamaica, not just this island or that island. We are coming together, right? So you can do that at islandspace.org/membership, where you could check out the different tiers of membership. And please do ask in the chat if you have a question like, oh, I want to do this membership, but what does that look like? Please go ahead and ask. That's why we're here. That's why we're creating this space for you.
So Salima just signed up as a new member.
Yay, we're gonna clap it up. Okay, we are going to clap this up. Thank you, Salima. You are a history maker.
Yes.
And am I allowed to say Salima is also a dedicated volunteer?
Yes.
Okay.
Salima is a volunteer.
Mhm.
She knew about the museum, and of course, sometimes people will hear about the museum, watch it, like it,
Yeah.
but when they see someone step in, they're like, but I'm in. So sometimes your people watching you, they want to support, but they trust you, and
Yeah.
you step in.
Right.
Now they are supporters. So thank you, Salima.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Someone says, what are the benefits of Island Space Caribbean Museum membership? Wow. So there are different tiers, right? And so one of the things I will say, you get BOGO tickets to our events, right? So we want to say you become a member, you buy a ticket for yourself, you get another ticket to bring someone with you. And, then you have other memberships where you get your family family member. So you sign up, you're coming, your family comes from out of town, you want to show off Island Space, they get a tour of the museum with you. And so those are, you get VIP tickets to some events.
Yes.
So again, it depends on what tier, what speaks to you on the website,
Right.
islandspacefl.org/membership. You will see all of our membership amount information, and you select it, right? So
Yes.
again, buy one, get one to events. You get general admissions to events. You have premium use, like discount use of the event space. So when you visit the museum, you will see our space. You may come this week, you see the space look like this. You may come next week, and in the space we're Carnival, or the space says Trinidad, or the space says Jamaica. And so you can bring your events to Island Space.
Yes, you can.
And we'll host it. We'll get volunteers
To support.
You'll see me volunteer at almost every time I step through the doors of Island Space. If there's an event, Ginga will be volunteering.
Absolutely.
Yes. And so it's a fulfillment to become a member.
It
right?
is.
Again, become a member today. Stop by, meet us,
Right.
and you'll get a tour.
Yes.
An initial
exactly.
tour of the museum.
I wanted to get into that. Beyond supporting, which is extremely important.
Shout out.
Oh, we got
David Muir, co-founder. He says, yes, David. Shout out to David, one of the co-founders of the museum, and so he has co-founder and what, president, something.
Co-founder and president.
Tell me, David, what are you? Oh, and Karen is with him as well. Hey, Karen. So Karen is the better half of David. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
And shout out to Marva. You're welcome, Karen. Shout out to Marva is also watching. All right. All right. So where are we on our live?
Yes. So I wanted to expand on the tour. So beyond coming in as a supporter through the different tiers when you sign up, definitely please come in and see the space. Come and see why we're calling you family, right? You'll get to learn so much. And I thought I knew everything about Jamaica. I honestly didn't. There's so much more about our culture that we need to unpack, and then also how we relate to other Caribbean countries, right? So you will get all of that here at Island Space. And this is just the beginning. So just imagine what we can do beyond that, right? So I wanted to dive deeper into that.
I got a question. So I think they want us to dive into, can we jump into Mango Festival?
Of course.
All right. So we have a Mango Festival. I'm getting excited about. If you love mango, that's your only reason to come.
Wait, hold on. Can I get a big chair if you love mango? All right.
All right. So Mango Festival. This is our third year. It's a mango extravaganza. Mango is the icing of the event. So let's get into the meat of the matter. First of all, it's on Father's Day, Sunday, June 21st, 2 to 6 p.m. and it's at the Charles F. Dodge Center in Pembroke Pines. It's indoor. So don't worry, it's South Florida. You're going to get hot. So park, get inside, and it's air conditioned, and it's a really big space. We have 40 plus vendors, mango tasting, chef demos, live entertainment, mango auction, workshops. We teach you different kinds of mangoes, how to plant mangoes, how to take care of your mangoes. Kids activities, it's perfect for the entire family. But we have 2 premium experiences. You want to tell us about the passport to the Daddy's Kingdom, Christina?
Yes. So because the Mango Festival is happening on June 21st, which is a Sunday, Father's Day, we want to treat the dads, right? Because we're hosting this event on your day. So we are going to have this exclusive Daddy Kingdom where the daddies can come in, get pampered, get a gift, be taken care of on the day. So yes, that's what the Mango Festival Daddy's Kingdom will include.
And no moms allowed.
Yes, no mummies.
You can watch the daddies in the Daddy's Kingdom.
Yes. Your day pass.
Right. All right. And then the second big one is the Mango Sommelier Experience. It's a guided tasting flight of flair, exotic. So we have local mango, but we're getting mango exotic, imported from the original soil. Right. So mango that plant in Jamaica, you're going to get it here. You cannot probably taste it sweeter, I don't know, but yes. And so we're gonna have you various mangoes, and we have mango sommelier, right? We have our mango sommelier she's actually here, but she's behind the scene over there, and she's planning. So come and see us, right? Come and see us. We have tickets online available. So we want to save you as well. We have tickets in-house, paper tickets. So save you the little thing. So you can probably buy one extra ticket. If you buy 10 the piece, you can probably get an extra ticket, and it's a family. So we have tickets $20 now until May 20th, and then it goes up to 25. Our kids' tickets are $10 right through, and I think I have a little flyer right here. So visit us at islandspacefl.org/Mango Fest 26, right? And we look forward to seeing you. Jay, we look forward to seeing you as well. Alicia, you'll be at the Mango Fest. So we have a few people online that we'll see at the Mango Fest. Christina and I will be there.
Absolutely.
Supporting. Yes. So stop by, say hi to us, and we'll say hi to you as well. Right?
And it's going to, I will say, it's going to be an amazing event. This is the only Mango Festival in our community. So you cannot miss it. Also, outside of that, if outside of coming to the event, you want to come in as a vendor or even a sponsor, we welcome that too.
Yes.
So please visit islandspace.org/MangoFest26, and you can get all the details from there.
So Karen is one of our board members. Karen reminded me, if you go to islandspacefl.org/MangoFest26, you can pre-order your mangoes, right? So pre-order your mangoes. We'll have it packaged for you. So when folks come in and they're trying to get mango for the family, you already pre-order your mango. You come and pick your mango up.
Yes.
So that's something new at this Mango Fest. And so pre-order your mangoes again at islandspacefl.org/MangoFest26. All right? And get your tickets at the museum, or you can get your tickets at the event box office, or you can order your tickets online as well.
Exactly. Yes. All right. And so I do want to just remind everyone, as you listen, please feel free to check out our membership page. See your different tiers of how you can support.
I can't mute it all the way.
Right now, if you have any questions. But yes, please sign up, become a member. We're going to celebrate you right now in real time as it's happening.
Yes, thank you. So I want to say, right? Okay. So Christina, let's talk a little bit about volunteering. Right? As I said, I started out a volunteer. So I signed up to be volunteer at our first reggae genealogy. And one of my friends
Wait, what is reggae genealogy?
Okay, reggae genealogy. It is where we honor, right? So we have icons, we have legends in the music industry, producers, singers, artists. And the board, we go through and we select. Right? We want to give them their flowers while they're alive, right? So we have had Marcia Griffiths, we have had Judy, we have not had Judy. We have had Rita Marley.
Oh wow!
Yes,
awesome.
We have had this year, right?
Yeah, Mr. Vegas.
Mr. Vegas was And we had Dunbar, the one that passed away.
Yes.
Slide
Dunbar.
was one, but he passed away before.
Yes.
He was the festival. And so we honor our icons.
Yes.
And it's all around music. So then we have, of course, wherever you have island space, we have a party.
Right.
Right. And so volunteers for all of our events, we seek volunteers, and volunteerism is very close to my heart. Volunteers from anywhere, backstage, on stage, the ticketing, the food, and then you have volunteers that take care of volunteers, right? That's where I come in, because our volunteers are very important. The museum runs on volunteers.
Yes, the engine of the museum.
Yes, that's what takes us every day. And so even though I have the community diaspora engagement leadership role,
you better say it.
Volunteer is secondary.
Yeah.
Because I it's really passionate. I will go out, and one of our volunteers that's here today, she actually went to an event and she heard someone talking about reggae genealogy and how great we were.
Awesome.
Right? Yes.
Awesome.
And so she felt proud. And our volunteers were always, you can recognize us. We put our volunteers at strategic places at our events, and they're able to, we equip them with information, and anyone can see a volunteer and ask. If that volunteer doesn't have the answer, they have a lead. If their lead doesn't have the answer, they have another lead, and there's always Ginga, right? And so I try to equip to be able to assist Christina. When Christina has a question for me, I worry.
Oh my goodness.
Right, but we come together, and there's always that moment where you have to pivot. Right. And so as leads at Island Space, again, we have Khalib, and Khalib is the executive director. And when we have an event and Khalib is dressed,
oh yes,
right, right, so now we are behind, we're supporting her. We don't want her to get stressed because she's already burned out. And so that's what we do as volunteers, and we ask people to step up into leadership roles at Island Space, our events. We have our food guru in here as well, and
in the building.
And when you come, even here we have events, she will come up with some ackee and saltfish in something, right? And we'll get other Caribbean cuisine. And so she does bring Caribbean cuisine to us. And so volunteer is very, 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 very personal. And it goes with membership, right? It ties in, because once you volunteer, the event happens, then you want, no, what's my next step? Your next step is a member. Sometimes you can be a member and then volunteer, but we want to tie those two pieces of Island Space together, right?
There's something so consistent about what you're saying. Again, as you can see through what Ginga has been sharing, is people, our volunteers, our family, I'd like to say, they're bringing their expertise, and they're saying, how can I take my professional background, my expertise, and what I know and contribute to this space? That's what support looks like, right? That's one of the ways you can come in and support, and also through membership. So we really encourage that. We're willing to learn, and we're open. Remember, we're representing the entire Caribbean. So if there's something you can bring to the table and teach us about, and say, you know what, I know this Caribbean artist, or I know of this, or I know of that, please, we're your family. So we are asking you, please become a member, please join the family, and I assure you, you will love it once you get here.
Yes, you will. So again, someone asked, just to go over what are some of our core benefits of becoming a member. Free or discounted museum admissions, discount on signature events, recognition within the island space community, the island space family. Certain events include recognition on the donor wall. Okay. So you walk in and your name is on the donor wall, and suddenly you feel like you're Khalib.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You will see. And what happens, what Khalib does is Khalib is strategic. So I study her, like I've understudied her. And Khalib will be at an event, and Khalib sees one of the lead volunteers or one of the members come into an event, and Khalib says, I have to leave. Right?
Yes.
So she feels comfortable because she's leaving the museum in your hands.
Right.
And so she feels secure that she can go on. And I tell you, she's going on to somewhere else to talk about island space.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Our lights are kept on, grants, membership.
Yep.
It pays the museum manager. It pays the Stephanie.
Right.
And so I don't know if it pays Khalid, but she will give her pay, I think, for the museum, right? And so membership. So we like donations, right? We'll have donations, but we like recurring payments. That's what the membership does. And so we can say, okay, we know we can keep the lights on next month, right? We know we can have the water next month. We know we can pay Mandy and Stephanie next month. So it's really run on 3 persons right now.
Right. Yep.
And so what volunteers do is we take some of the task of Khalid hands, Mandy hands, and Stephanie. And so you'll find volunteers at the desk when you come in. If we didn't have volunteers, that would have probably been Mandy or Stephanie or Christina or Ginga or Nadine or Salima or Julie or Marva, right? So it's always a volunteer at the desk. And so that is one of the reasons why I come. I'll pass through the museum and I see an event and I come in, Mandy's here, Ginga. I've walked into events here as a member, as a guest, and Mandy says, oh, Ginga, you're going to co-host. And I'm like, okay, what's the event about? Right? So those are some of the benefits of, just being a part of the museum. It's our legacy.
Right.
I call it legacy building.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're doing that together.
Yes. So, again, membership.
Yes.
I think we said it like 5 times.
Oh, more than that.
6
more
times
than that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, and to just add to what Jen just shared, your membership is very important and very beneficial to us. Your membership and your support of the museum helps us with community impact and outreach on a local level, but also a global level. Remember, we're the only museum, Caribbean museum in the world. So this is beyond South Florida, right? This is for the entire world, the globe, the Caribbean, all of that. Also, we're preserving our culture. We're able to take charge of our own stories and tell them and represent them well. So that's what your support is doing for us. And then as Ginga landed and mentioned, in order for Island Space to do that, the doors have to be open. And we need you for that. So please, if you haven't already, please visit the membership page, islandspace.org/membership. Send the link to your friends if you're not ready yet, but share the word right now. Jump on your phones, spread the word. We're looking forward to the donations coming in and also your membership. And remember, memberships get benefits as well, right? And you are joining the family. We will continue to highlight you, continue to celebrate you. And most of all, next to us, you are history makers. So thank you.
Right. And founders of the museum. I think maybe after year 10, we'll stop saying founders. I don't know. That's up to Khalid. So right now, become a member, become a founder of the museum, right? We're in our 6th year. I think we celebrated the gala last year. So we're in our 6th year of the museum. So you still have time to own a little piece of the museum. And I'll always say, Island Space. It's our space.
Yes.
It's your space. It's our children's space.
Oh, yes.
It's our grandchildren's space.
Absolutely.
And a vision. They say write your vision and make it plain.
Yeah.
Well, I think Khalib and David
Yes.
wrote the vision and it's very plain. And so it was, choose the tier, the membership tier that suits you. And if you come into some money, like you buy the lotto, or Khalib will not say, don't give me your money. We are saying, right? We'll take some of your winnings,
Yes,
right? And then you'll feel this is your space. And I will tell you this: if you have an event, and you want to monthly, let's say you come up with something that is going to benefit the Caribbean island space, of course, and you want to host that event here, speak to us, right? One of the membership tier actually gives you a discount in holding your event here.
Right. Yes.
And you don't have to do it on your own. Let's say you have a club or you have an organization.
Right.
Come
A
together.
book launch.
Yes.
Anything.
Yes.
So many things have happened here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Right. And so we welcome you. We welcome you here to our space, Island Space. And we're here.
Yes.
We're here. And the museum is open Thursdays to Sundays.
Yep.
We would love to see the museum open 7 days
All
a week,
week.
right?
All week.
7 days a week. And so that is some of the things that I see as, the vision of the museum holding some festivals.
Yes.
Right? Even if it's not in our space, but we probably grow, we'll have our space, we can hold some events home. And some events, of course, we have to take to the fancy places, right? And dress up and stuff like that. But again, volunteer. Shout out. All right, we have another member signed up. Empress. Yes. Thank you for becoming a member. All right. All right. All right. Thank you. And I look forward to meeting all the new members. We're going to take a picture strategically. And I think there's an event coming up on Tuesday.
Yes.
With Khalid. You wanna talk about that?
Yes. So we are going to have our very first town hall as an organization. And what happens during the town hall is we just cover our strategic plans and our future goals for the museum. And we just make that very transparent and share that with the community. And we then let you know what our needs are and what we need to do to fill that gap in order to reach those goals. You heard a little bit of that here today, but during that town hall, we'll really dive into all the details. And again, I encourage you to join that on Tuesday. If you're following, by the way, please follow us on all platforms. We're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Please go ahead, follow us, even our YouTube page if you're logged in from there. We have information for all the events that are coming up, even the town hall that's taking place on Tuesday.
We have a very interesting, it went away, international members. So I'm going to pass that one off to our board member, Christina, right? That sounds like a big question for a big board member.
Okay.
Someone wanted to find out do we have international island space members?
Absolutely.
And I think, yes, I would say yes, right?
Yes, of course.
Yes, we
do it through a link.
Yes,
yes.
The currency, we take money.
Yes, yes,
right?
yes.
And it's converted into US money because we spend US, right?
And it would only make
yes,
sense.
So it says, can you please share the social media platform? So I think everything is islandspacefl.org, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram.
Island Space.
Island Space.
Just look up Island Space, you'll find it. Same thing with Facebook. Yeah.
Yes, Island Space Museum. Okay. All right. So yes, go ahead and log on. And again, if you email us, right?
Yes.
Email us and with all your questions.
Of course.
And we will, I think the email is somewhere here. There you go. Museum@islandspace fl.org. So send us an email and we will answer all your questions, right? Again, yes, Island Space is an investment in the present because we're here.
Yes.
And in the future.
Yes.
Because we will be there, right? And if we're not there, our children will be there.
And the generations.
Yes.
Get ready for the
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So as we leave, so I'm hearing some echo.
Yes, sorry about that feedback, guys.
So we have, what, 9 minutes to wrap up? Technology, right? Just for me? I'm muted though.
Right, technology. Okay, so we'll just talk from my phone. Just a second, guys, because we're about to wrap up. Okay. All righty. So to just wrap up, again, we mentioned it over and over again, and the reason why we're stressing this is because this is the reason why we're here. If you can, please sign up as a member. Save the link, islandspace.org/membership. Share it with your family, share it with your friends, share it with supporters of the Caribbean community. You don't have to necessarily be from the Caribbean. You could just love the islands, right? And love the culture. So please do share.
All right. So with technology, so I tell you, Christina is my cousin. So we're gonna draw. All right, that one.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so to wrap up, again, encourage everyone to sign up. Also, come visit the museum if you can. Visit our website, follow us on our social platforms. We have so many things happening out there in the community, all our cultural events. You don't want to miss the next Reggae Genealogy, and you for sure do not want to miss the Mango Festival. If you're a true mango lover, you don't want to miss the Mango Festival, right? Let's see here. Do you have anything else to add, Ginger?
No. Well, yes, I always have something to add. I just right? Again. Oh yeah, we have the Rum Fest. Right?
Yes, we also have a Rum Fest.
Yeah,
Rum Cake Fest.
Rum Cake Fest.
Yeah.
So we do a little bit of everything we do here is intentional, right?
Exactly.
It's not a surprise, right? If you notice our link /MangoFest/volunteer/membership. Strategic, right? So you don't forget. So our Rum Cake Fest is around Thanksgiving, and so we have all kind of black cake.
Oh yes,
every kind of black cake, and we do that. So we bring in vendors, and so like me, if you don't bake, you order your Christmas cake, right? So we do it around Thanksgiving, but most of our Caribbean, we celebrate Christmas.
Yes.
So Thanksgiving is where we live, we're US citizens, but our culture is Christmas. So we get you to taste the black cake and you order from the vendors for your Christmas.
Right. And this is from all over the Caribbean. So Bahamian black cake, Jamaican, Haitian, all over the Caribbean, Trinidadian. Everyone's there representing, baking their version of our rum cake / black cake.
Yes.
Yes.
And we have a party as usual. We always have entertainment.
Yes.
Right? And so we look forward to all of our events. Again, islandspace.org events. You'll see all the events for the rest of the year.
Yes.
And we look forward to seeing you. We look forward to meeting you again. Any of our events, you will see Ginga. You'll see Christina.
Yes.
We attend as best as we can. We try not to miss our signature events, especially, right? And you'll see us here in the museum working or just attending an event. So I'll wrap up with that, Christina.
Yes, and remember, it's always a party because we're from the Caribbean. We're vibrant. It's always a party. It's always a fun time. All right. let's see. I do want to wrap up by saying, if you're unable, or if membership is not something you're interested in right now, you can always make a one-time donation. We appreciate that as well. Remember, we're keeping our doors open so that we can be dedicated to the vision, right, and the mission. And if you have joined, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing the links. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for helping us to make history.
All right, I think donation. We have a donation link. Is that?
Yes, we have a donation link. It's giveatislandspacefl.org. So if you are sending a Zelle, you can Zelle that way, and we will receive it. And I think to wrap up, we're going to be playing a video talking about our Mango Festival that's coming up Sunday, June 21st on Father's Day. Can't wait to see you there.
All right, so we'll take it to, there's a message. Like nice. One love from Nairobi, Kenya.
We have Kenya in the building. Yes. Big up yourself. Thank you. Okay, awesome. All right. Well, again, thank you everyone for joining. We're doing this again next month. You don't want to miss it. It's the last Sunday of the month, and it's going to be even more fun. Okay?
And I know you love Christina and I, but you probably have different homes.
Yes, you will. You will.
We'll be back by popular demand.
Right, right. But we're a family, right? So you have to see the rest of the relatives, and the cousins, and everybody else. Okay. All
Thanks,
right.
Christina.
Yes, thank you, Ginga. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Get ready for the juiciest event of the summer, Island Space Mango Festival. It's a mango extravaganza. This Father's Day, Sunday, June 21st, from 2 to 6 p.m. at the Charles F. Dodge City Center in Pembroke Pines. Enjoy an indoor, family-friendly afternoon with vendors, cultural entertainment, daddy mango eating contest, and more. Tickets at islandspacefl.org/mango.